Good evening. I'm Fireman Mike, and welcome. Today we begin our two-part series on your local 911 system. Apparently some of you out there need a refresher. Tonight we will briefly address what 911 is not intended for, and what you can do to help your local firefighters, paramedics, and police officers become more effective and efficient. Let us begin. Here are some examples of what is not an emergency. If you have had a sore throat for 3 hours. Sorry. But that is not an emergency for 911. In fact, a sore throat for 3 days is not an emergency either. That is a virus. And they do not have any magic medicine in the ER to rid you of a virus. Calling 911 just ensures that me and my crew will get sick too. How about a broken finger that you received 3 days ago from playing football, but waited until 4 a.m. to call 911? Sorry, but that is not an emergency either. What about a sprained ankle when you have 4 people in the house with you and 3 working vehicles in the driveway? Is not an emergency 911 call. It is, however, a display of a lack of common sense. You called 911 to have the fireman help you open your bedroom windows because your bedroom is too hot. Sorry, but that is not a 911 call either. Folks, I wish I was making these up. By the way, calling 911 because you can't get your car out of your snow-filled driveway is also not an emergency. Honestly, I think all science and technology has done is ensure that stupid people live long enough to breed more stupid people. We had some viewers email us with questions. Let us take some of those now. Our first email reads, "Dear Fireman Mike, can you take me to my doctor's appointment if I can't get my sister-in-law to pick me up?" The answer is no. No, we cannot. That is not an emergency. The ambulances may be yellow where you live, but that does not make them a taxi. Our next email asks, "Fireman Mike, can you guys come over and help me give my dad a bath?" Not only no, but hell no. That is not an emergency. Our final email reads, "Fireman Mike, with all this information you are giving us, how do I know when I should dial 911? That is a good question. Remember, the key word is emergency, and knowing the difference between help. I'm having an emergency versus help. I'm inconvenienced. Again, an inconvenience is not an emergency. Have we become such a push button and don't get involved society that our knee-jerk reaction is to call someone, anyone, for help? Have we lost all ability to self-sustain? Have we lost the ability as a society to think rationally? That is about all we have time for today. In closing, let us offer you these 2 tips when you have decided that it is an emergency. 1. Stop and actually check on the person you are calling about. For example, if you are reporting someone slouched over the wheel of their car, stop and see if they are dead, or they simply pulled over to make a cell phone call and are fine. And 2. Something to remember when calling 911, know where the hell you are. It makes it so much easier for responding units to drive to a location instead of wandering around trying to guess the road you thought you were on. Well, that is it for us tonight. Join us next time for our second part of our series, along with how to react when you see a fire truck in your rear view mirror. I'm Fireman Mike, and remember, pull your heads out of your asses and use common sense. Good night.